Alright everybody, we're back here again today. What I'm going to do is show you, kind of explain how a thermostat works. A lot of you already probably know, but just in case you don't, here's a complete thermostat assembly. And what this does, of course, is it allows engine coolant to flow through your radiator and through your engine block. But if your engine is under the set temperature, which this one is rated at 180 degrees Fahrenheit, so if the temperature is under that, then the thermostat will stay closed until the coolant in the engine will get hot enough. Then once it gets to 180 degrees in this situation here, then this thermostat will open, and the center of it here will actually go down, and it will allow coolant to flow past it and circulate through the radiator until the temperature drops, and it'll close, and the whole cycle goes over and over again. But a lot of people think that the spring in here is a bimetal spring, and it actually gets hot and opens and closes, but that's not the case. If you see right through here, the little brass part, that's actually what they call a wax motor. And I've already got one taken out of a thermostat here. And all it is, it's a very simple system, but all it is just it's wax in this tube, and whenever wax gets hot, it actually expands and it'll push this pin out. So whenever it pushes the pin out, it'll push against the top of this housing, which will make the pin stay still, but it actually makes the housing go down. And that's what pulls the valve with it. Now in the case of this one, this part itself was the valve itself, so it didn't have a ring on it. But what I'll do is I'll demonstrate here, and I'll heat it up, and it'll take a little while, but if I can get it to stay, fine little balancing act here, but there we go. But if you watch real close at the pin, it'll probably take about 15-20 seconds to get hot enough to work. But yeah, like I say, once the wax starts to melt and expand, it'll push that pin out. Now it isn't going to retract on its own, because that spring in the thermostat is what actually pushes it closed whenever it cools back down. So once this pin comes out, I'll have to manually force it back in with a pair of pliers. But here we go, it's starting to come out now, if y'all can see that. Alright, surely y'all can see that, I would hope. And of course, whenever it cools back down, then it will retract. But like I say, it'll come back out now, because what causes this to close is the spring itself. That's what that's for. Alright, so what we're going to do here is I want to actually heat this one up also. I wasn't originally planning on doing that, but just so y'all can get a better idea of what happens. And once again, this will take a little while. There we go. See it? Alright, now if y'all can see that, it's not going to stay open for very long, but see, now the center section has actually moved away, and that's the valve part itself, so that would pull away and allow coolant to run through the center section of this. And you can see it really well right there where it's opened up. Yeah, that's all that's happening is, it's pushing the pin out, which is pushing, and the pin can't move through this, but because it's fixed into this, and what it does, it just pushes the wax motor itself backwards, and the wax motor is hooked to this valve, this little plate. So, and of course, once it cools down, I'll get some water here and cool this thing down. Once it starts to cool down, the spring will force it back closed. We'll see if we can cool it down. Now, see it close, and you can see it shut. Well, hopefully you can see it shut. I don't know until yeah, there you go. And of course the cycle starts all over again. So I was going to I was going to draw a little diagram here, but seeing as how it's all I can do just to do a stick figure, and I can pretty much explain all this here on hand here, I don't see much of a point in trying to draw some horrible sketch for it. So, alrighty, thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.